picture up on the screen, you see a very close-up picture of an eye. Have you ever looked at your eyes in a mirror, like really, really close up? What you'll see is that your eyes look amazing. If you've ever wondered how big your eye is, it's close to the size of a golf ball. So you only see a small part in the front, but if you pull your eyelids back, you begin to realize your eye is a little bit bigger than what you can see, right? And it's pretty close to the size of a golf ball. So maybe what you can do today when you go home is look in a mirror. Pull your eyelids back, get really close and look at your eyeball. If you have a magnifying glass, you can maybe take turns looking at each other's eyeball, right? And what you're going to see is that the eye is incredibly complex, amazingly designed. Okay, look at the picture that you see on the screen. You can see the little black center dot, right? You can see the color of the eye around it, and then there's the white. There's all kinds of parts that have to work together so we can see. I got some really amazing information for you about eyes that I want to share with you, okay? Well, let's just start with this by saying this. From the moment you wake up until the moment you close your eyes and go to sleep, your eyes are giving you all kinds of information all day long. And it's amazing what we can see, right? We can see a bird flying way up in the sky. We can see a tiny little bug crawling on the floor. We can see the fog like we saw this morning. We can see the beautiful fall leaves from a long ways away. It's amazing what our eyes can see. We can look at something really close and then go to something really far away, and just like that, your eye can focus and see all these different things. Isn't it amazing how God made the eye? Well, here, let me tell you some things about the eyes. Our two eyeballs work together to help us judge how far or how close something is away from us, and how big or how small that object may be. So the fact that we have two eyes, they work together to help us with depth perception and stuff like that. Okay? Go like this as fast as you can. Can you blink your eyes as fast as you can? Ready, go. Okay? Blinking helps lubricate our eyes, keep them moist, right? So they don't dry out, because they need to be moist. And blinking helps us then keep our eyes clean. Did you know that the average person blinks over 4 million times a year? So you multiply that times how old you are, and you'll know about how many times you've blinked. That's pretty amazing, isn't it? So here's something you maybe didn't know. Maybe you do. We actually see things upside down with our eyes. Okay, so light comes into our eyes, gets to the back of them, and the image is actually upside down, but our brain is able to make it appear and turn it the right side up. Isn't that amazing? So the eye and the brain work together to make us be able to see things. What do you think is the most common eye color? You got a guess? What do you think, Will? Can't remember? Yeah. Not blue. It's a good guess, though. Tyler, can you say brown? Brown, you're right. 55, okay, and I don't know how they know this, but apparently 55% of all people have brown eyes. So that's the most common color. Well, there's a lot more things I could teach you. Well, I'm not an expert on the eye, but there's a lot more things I could tell you about the eye. It's an amazing thing. But what we need to remember, though, is that this amazing part of our body, our eyes, are here because we have an amazing God who created us to be that way. And if we think about all the stuff that has to happen for us to be able to see, it's an amazing thing that happens, an amazing process, because we have an amazing God who created us to be that way. And one of the things we see throughout the Bible, emphasized again and again, is that God is the one who created all things. He designed everything in an amazingly complex way. And so we should give thanks to God for what he's done and how he's made our bodies and the world in which we live. God is amazing. Well, thanks for coming up. And don't forget, when you go home, look in the mirror, get a magnifying glass, and take a close look at your eyeballs. Okay? All right. You can head back to your seats.